just proud to be joined by 4 members of our swim team. I've got, going down the line here, I've got Senior Captain Audrey Scafati, Senior Captain Bella Inzoda, Junior Megan Sopel, and Sophomore Jake Wilkinson. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for taking the time. First and foremost, congratulations on last night's win over Norton. Excellent. Takes us to 3-3 on the year. You know, we were kind of talking before we came on air, and for folks that don't really kind of understand, I mean, we all know swim. We watch it on the Olympics, for example. But competitively and team-wise, how does a meet kind of work? What's the short version of how it works?
So I think basically every swimmer gets their own events, and you know, you get up, you have 6 swimmers in a lane. They dive in, they swim to the other side, and basically the fastest person wins, and it just goes down the line and scores points for the team.
Okay, and the thing about swimming is that we also mentioned it's such an individual sport, but it's a team sport. We're all sitting here to combine times. So how does one, you know, obviously if you win your race, you've won that race, but how does that then compile to figure out that Norwood beat Norton, for example, last night? How does that work?
So depending on your place, you earn a certain amount of points for your team. So that place gives you that points, which can raise the team's points and score you the points to win.
Gotcha. And so everyone swims. Is that correct?
Yep, mostly everyone
Okay.
swims.
Unless you're a diver.
Yeah, divers.
That was going to be my next one, because I know it's kind of a combination. How does the dive portion work in the competition?
Well, normally, so it actually depends. Sometimes the time diving takes place changes. Most of the time it takes place in the middle of the meet. So we have our warm-up, we start the meet, and then after the 50
race.
after the 50 freestyle, it's diving, and then we kind of sit, everyone has to be quiet, we watch diving. We have another warm-up, another like little warm-up, and then the rest of the meet continues.
Gotcha. All right, so you kind of combine that in the middle, and then the total scores between the divers and the swimmers, and that's how we get our winner, right? And so last night we were able to get more points than Norton?
Yeah, we did.
There we go. Excellent, excellent. You know, I'll start kind of with the seniors. You know, coming into this year, what were your expectations for the year for the swim team?
Well, Bella and I, we've been swimming together since we were like little kids. So we've had like certain team environments that we've loved a lot, and certain team environments that we've kind of not wanted to have for the team. So this year we set out with a goal, like kind of just to have like a unified team, kind of more like a family. And just so.
Yeah, it's definitely one of our goals when we went into the season was having that unified team, and swim can be such an individual sport that we wanted to make sure that people didn't forget the team aspect and didn't forget how to support each other and build each other up.
Yeah, because like I said, that's the part about it. You know, you're looking for your best times, and yet at the same time, obviously, you want to have the team as a whole do well. So, Megan, to you. Take us through some of the team highlights this year. What you know, I know what our record is, but what have been some of the highlights?
So some of the highlights are we qualified the girls medley, the 200 freestyle, and the 400 freestyle. So they're all going to sectionals and states.
Excellent.
And then Hannah Abrams, a freshman, has qualified in almost every single event for both sectionals and states.
Wow.
And then Maddie O'Keefe qualified in her 500.
Wow.
So there's a lot.
It's been, you know, especially, and you know, you're seniors, so you might miss out on some of those freshmen coming up. But I mean, it bodes well, as it will for the program, you know, going forward. Jake, down to you. In terms of the strengths of this team, you know, you're a sophomore, so you're in your second year now, I assume, swimming for the high school.
Yeah.
In your 2 years, what do you see some of the strengths of the swim team?
I mean, I really think some of our strengths is that no matter what event people get put in, they might complain about it, but they really do give it their all. Right. No matter what the outcome may be or the stakes may be against them or for them. People, they dive in, they give it their all, they know that they gave it their all, the coaches know that they gave it their all. And I really think that like sense of versatility really separates us from a lot of other people and a lot of other teams.
Yeah. Now, if you have divers, do they also swim? I mean, do you have some crossover on that?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
There definitely is.
In terms of individual, I mean, I know that we talk team, and I'll kind of go down the line. You know, Aubrey, I'll start with you. Individually, what is your event, and what do you do to kind of work on improving those times?
My main event that I like to focus on is my 100 backstroke. I've kind of like backstroke ever since I was little, And then freshman year, they kind of just started sticking me in that. I guess it's kind of been a thing ever since. So my 100 backstroke, I've been slowly like decreasing my time since the beginning of the season, and now I'm around at 1 minute 15 seconds for my 100 backstroke, which is really cool.
Yeah, good for you. Down to the next. What is your event that you are, I guess I'll use the word known for? I mean, do you kind of like, before I get to it, maybe just kind of a question, do you guys swap events? I mean, you might do
all the
backs.
time.
All the
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gotcha. So you have to know how to do everything. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I swam once, and I just remember that butterfly is just the worst. I don't know
yeah,
who
it is.
Jake's a
Who would-
butterfly.
That's insane.
It's
I
fun.
don't.
I
Who
mean-
you like it?
Yeah.
I don't know who would actually like that swim.
Not a lot, not a lot of people do.
No,
but, yeah.
no, I wouldn't think so.
Surprisingly. Yeah.
So, but in terms of your strength, then, what is your main event?
So my main event kind of flops between the 50 free, 100 freestyle, or like Audrey, the 100 back. And I think mainly this season I've worked a lot on decreasing my times and kind of getting as low as I possibly can to get that first place win and to score
Right.
the most points.
Yeah. Megan?
I do a lot of freestyle,
Yeah.
so I'm part of like the 3 relays that's qualified for states and sectionals, and then I swim the 50 and the 500, and I'm close to qualifying in both of those.
And I want to ask a little bit, just a little bit about the states, but when you say you're close to qualifying, what does one need to do in order to qualify?
So basically, there's a set of times that are listed out at the beginning of the season, and so for the 500, it's a 5:54, and so right now I'm at a 5:59. So like it's 20 laps. So basically throughout the 20
That's
laps,
too much
I have
swimming.
to like lose 4 seconds in order to make it to the states meet.
Yeah. It's funny, people might think 4 seconds, but in swimming,
No, it's a
that's,
lot.
that is a lot,
It
that's a
comes
lot to
down.
try to cut off.
Yeah. So like in the 50, the time's a 27:15, and I've gone like a 27:2.
Yeah.
And like in my head, that's so much.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, like a regular person, they just see it's like, oh,
I'm like, oh,
right
come
there.
on, how tough can that be, right?
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
it is a lot. And finally down to you, Jake, is it the butterfly?
So,
is that-
so it's been kind of an adventure trying to find my main event. Last
Right.
year, I did a lot of distance swimming, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. So I switched over this year to mid distance. So I do the 200 IM, the 100 butterfly, and the 100 freestyle mostly.
Okay.
And I've been kind of chipping away at those times this season, and I recently got my best time in the 100 free. So
Outstanding.
it's
Good.
It's working.
Yeah, because you can kind of, the more work anybody puts into something, you can start to see results. And I would suspect swimming, especially if you're trying, it's such a timed thing that you can kind of see where you can see your improvement,
Yeah.
which has
Yeah.
got to be kind of, again, something to strive for. 2 meets left?
Yes.
2 meets left.
Yeah.
Westwood and Medfield, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 good programs.
Really.
Really good programs. To the seniors, because as you're kind of wrapping up this whole thing, what do you think you kind of need to all come together as a team to take care of these guys?
Well,
Swim fast.
we're actually a really similar team to Westwood. Like if you look at our times side by side, like they have, like the coach was telling us, they have a U on each of the team.
Right.
So like, for Westwood, I don't know.
Yeah,
just-
for Westwood, it's one of those things where it's really going to come down to those little things, like out touching the other person
Yeah.
and just, like Jake said, just doing what we always do and just getting in, give it everything you have for that race, and just out touch them and
Right.
get that place before
Right.
they do.
And so that's got to be kind of exciting. So hopefully we'll wind up 5 and 3. We'll have those, take care of those kids from Westwood and Medfield. And then you would talk about going on afterwards for those that qualify. I know that you have already in
Yes.
some events, correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. Then what would that entail?
Okay, so basically a select group of us move on to the postseason. So the rest of the team is done. And I think there's 4 of us right now. We just practice by ourselves. Then we have our sectionals meet at MIT. And then we have another week of practice, and then a states meet. So like everyone in the state from our division at BU.
Okay. So if you do sectionals, do you have to qualify then for states?
Yes, they're
All
2 separate times.
Gotcha. Okay. And so in addition to team practice, are you then also doing stuff individually, or?
Yeah, so I do club swim along with a lot of the other postseason people, and it just helps a lot because we're giving such limited pool time since
Yeah.
we do share a pool with Westwood.
Right.
So every little bit counts.
I don't blame you. Well, best of luck.
Thank
I
you.
think that's fantastic. and I'll finish up. Kind of going to do it this way. Seniors, a couple meets left, probably in your high school career. Looking back, if you had to pick like the moment or the is there anything? Maybe there isn't. Maybe the whole thing's been great. But is there anything that stands out? You're like, oh, that was awesome. Ooh, put them on the spot. It's been all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
I would think.
It's definitely, it's been a long
tough,
4
isn't it?
years.
Yeah.
But it's been really good.
Heading off next year to schools. Any plans on swimming still? To the extent
I
you
think that my swim career is going to end in high school.
Except for the ocean and the.
But like if I ever have an opportunity to like swim in a pool, I'm like sure.
Why
sure,
not?
I'll
Why
do a
not?
couple laps.
Come visit us.
Well then, yeah. I mean, we talk about the juniors and the sophomores, so you guys are kind of filling that void here
Yes.
from the seniors next
Big
year.
void.
What do you guys foresee going forward for the program? I mean, in terms of what you need to do to continue to keep the program growing.
I think it's going to be a pretty strong program. We have a lot of really, really strong underclassmen. And I think we just need to keep working hard. I don't know about you.
I mean, honestly, Megan is right. We do need to keep working hard in the pool and outside of the pool during the off season.
Right.
I know that the coaches are very nitpicky about what they want me to do this year, and
They want to bring out the best
truth
in
be-
you.
They are right.
Yeah.
We need to keep working hard. You know,
Yep.
like a lot of people just think swim team. It's like, oh, you dive in and you go. That's
Splash
not
out.
how it is.
No.
It's
No,
not.
no.
You have to work hard, and the times that you get are a product of that work, and you truly do have to take it seriously when it comes down to it. And I think as long as we all kind of keep somewhat of that mentality while still being able to have fun, we're going to perform continuing on for who knows how long.
Well, it's been very exciting to see how well you guys have done this year and over the course of your careers. Congratulations to all four of you on the
you.
season
Thank
so
you,
far.
thank you.
Best of luck in sectionals and
Thank
states,
you.
and bring back some sort of big trophy
Oh,
and
yeah.
gold medals and stuff like that. So go get them for the next two, right?
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
take
we
care
will.
of them.
Sure.
All
We're
right.
gonna do
All
it.
right. Listen, thanks again so much for coming in. It's been a pleasure meeting all
Thank
four
you.
of you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Members of our 3-and-3 swim team ready to win their next two.
Oh, yeah.